e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, a6, h3, e5, knight d e2, h5, bishop g5, bishop e6, bishop takes f6, queen takes f6, knight d5, queen d8, knight ec3, g6, bishop c4, bishop h6, queen d3, knight c6, castle kingside, castle kingside, bishop b3, knight d4, rook a d1, rook c8, knight e3, queen h4, knight e2, bishop takes e3, c takes e3, knight takes e2, check, queen takes e2, queen takes e4, rook takes d6, bishop takes e3, queen takes e3, queen takes e3, f takes e3, rook fd8, rook takes d8, check, rook takes d8, rook f2, rook d1, check, king h2, rook e1, rook c2, rook takes e3, rook c7, rook e2, rook takes e7, rook takes e2, rook e7, rook e2, a4, king g7, king g3, king f6, rook b7, rook e3, check, king f2, rook c3, b4, rook b3, h4, king e6, a5, f6, rook b6, check, king f5, king e2, e4, king d2, rook b2, check, king e3, king e5, g3, rook b3, check, king f2, king f5, king e2, g5, king f2, g takes h4, g takes h4, king e5, king e2, f5, rook takes a6, rook takes b4, rook h6, rook b2, check, King E1. Rook A2. Rook takes H5. Rook takes A5. Rook H8. King F4. Rook G8. King F3. King D2. E3 check. King D3. F4.